research, Dr. Avi, your research suggests in a way that extraterrestrial civilizations could be more advanced than ours. I would want to know what implications does that hold for humanity's understanding, of its place in the universe, Dr.
Well,
Avi?
that's an excellent question, and you know, in 1882, Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher, suggested that God is dead, and
Oh,
he meant by that
I think that was Thus Spake Zarathustra. I'm sorry for interrupting.
yes, exactly. And I read it
Yeah,
when I grew up on a farm. I was very interested in philosophy, and I read that
wow.
statement, and that statement led to a century of modern science and technology, where the human arrogance and hubris flourished. We to a level where Elon Musk would argue we are probably alone. Okay, and what does it mean? It means that humans are the most intelligent beings in the universe. Now, of course, we're developing artificial intelligence AI, which might become more to have more cognitive abilities than our brain, but so far it didn't. It didn't reach that level. Um, and that would bring a sense of modesty. But I think that if we find alien intelligence that is superior to us, it will be a shock. It's just like my daughters, when they were young, they were at home, and they thought that they're at the center of the universe because we as parents gave them a lot of attention. And then when they went on the first day to the kindergarten, they were shocked because they found other kids just like them, and some of them were smarter. And that's the kind of shock that we would have. Now, I think we really need this wake up call. We desperately need this message that would remove our arrogance and bring us back to, a sense of cosmic modesty, where, our intelligence would not be regarded as the pinnacle of creation. Another way to think about it is we have siblings among the stars in our family, and some of our siblings are more accomplished than we are because they managed to get to us when we never reached them so far. So that means they're far more accomplished technologically, and we can learn from them. So the good news is, even though we might have an inferiority complex, those that are more accomplished than us, might replace the respect we had in traditional religions to God, to some entity that is bigger than us. So in the same sense, we would feel a sense of awe when we meet them in the first encounter. It's a blind date. We don't know what to expect, but if they're more accomplished, then we would realize that we should be inspired to do better, and it will just be a better role model than all the role models we find on earth. Um, and there is also a sense of the possibility of discovering answers to questions, or uh, finding new technologies, new science that we have never been able to develop ourselves as of yet. So we would see what we're missing. We must, our image of the universe is very limited because we don't know what most of the matter and energy in the universe is. 95% is made of substances that we've never seen. We call it dark matter, dark energy, and it's nothing that we encountered here on Earth. And it already shows you that our understanding is very limited. We don't know what happened before the Big Bang. We don't know all kinds of how to unify quantum mechanics and gravity. So we can learn, we can gain new insights. It will be a quantum leap in our knowledge, scientific and technological. And in addition, I think it will change our aspirations. What do we want to accomplish? What's the meaning of life? So a lot of people are depressed, especially now. They think, okay, what's the point? If AI will do my job, what kind of pride do I have in my life? Like, why would I live my life? And people are getting into a mood of desperation because they just don't feel fulfilled in the modern time. But if on the other hand you realize there is a guest that represents something you can wish you could have or work towards having, it will change the mindset of humanity to, and for me personally, one reason I seek intelligence in outer space is I don't often find it in academia. That's one aspect of it, but also because it feels like being in a party where the attendees are misbehaving. When I read the news, people are not not cooperating. They are engaged in conflicts, harming other people rather than helping them. And being in such a party, I look through the window and I wish there would be a new guest that would change the situation. And of course, there is also the implications for religion. So there was a group of religious scholars that visited me, and they said, "How would it affect our religious belief in God?" And I told them, "Look, I have two daughters, and when the second one was born, it didn't take away any of my love to the first one. So that means that, if you think that God can attend to only one child, the human civilization, then you have a very limiting view of God as a parent that can have only one child, And in reality, God may have created many civilizations, and that we should feel some sense of kinship to them, and because as if they are members of our family of intelligent civilizations, and it should just increase your awe, enhance it with respect to your religious belief rather than take away from it."